Mr. Isherwood, you are a landlord who is suing your tenants, Ms. Wood and Mr. Mazzio, for $5,000 for back rent that you say they owe you. Now, the defendants have been tenants of yours for about 2 years. First year went pretty well. But in the last year, you say they've been falling behind on rent until the point where they stop paying altogether. So you feel you have no choice but to sue them for the back rent. Now, Ms. Wood and Mr. Mazzio, you claim that the apartment that you live in is basically uninhabitable, that the backyard is strewn with trash and sewage leaks caused by the neighbors downstairs that he has done nothing about. Furthermore, you say there's an infestation that has invaded your house and has actually damaged your new sofa.
Yes.
You're holding back this money until he fixes those problems. You're also countersuing for $1,150 for damage to your property caused by this unlivable condition that you claim exists. Mr. Isherwood, why don't you tell us about Ms. Wood and Mr. Mazzio?
They became my tenants in July of 2023. They were pretty good with their rent until about a year ago, perhaps. They started to fall behind. They have made some payments to catch back up, but they have not made enough payments to leave me with anything other than to sue them in civil court to recoup my losses.
Now, Ms. Wood, tell us about the place that you live in that you rent from Mr. Isherwood. You have the upstairs unit?
We've experienced a lot of mice, feces, as well as the chewing of the furniture. I mean, there's feces and urine.
What was the place like when you first moved in 2 years ago?
We thought it was going to be a nice place. The downstairs tenant didn't use the yard, so we basically were told if we cleaned the brush that was about this high, we could use the yard. And
Okay, you provided some pictures to us, and I want to show those right now. Exhibit C.
that is to the left of the downstairs neighbor's back stairs leading into the yard.
Okay,
I'm looking down from my porch.
and that's downstairs?
Yes.
And what are we looking at right here? These are
Garbage, soda cans, cardboard, there's pizza boxes.
Mr. Isherwood. When did they tell you?
The photo where you saw all the soda cans on the floor, I was in the adjacent yard approximately 2 weeks ago up there. I looked in the backyard, and my first floor tenant showed me all the soda cans, and then I looked up, and as you saw from their vantage point from the deck, when I looked up there, there were bags, you know, like that people would put their extra soda cans and stuff in to take to recycling.
Yeah.
They were on their deck up there, and I inquired with my first floor tenant, David, when I was there, and he said that's all from them. Nor have they ever brought it to my attention prior to
Okay, and
this,
we're going to get to that.
nor is it in their lease that I have anything to do with yard maintenance. It's in their lease that says they're responsible for yard maintenance.
But they're not responsible for the trash that gets thrown out by your tenant, not theirs. They have no control over that tenant.
But again, there's many items there strewn about back there, and the other
Yeah.
people said that it's theirs, and they're saying it's theirs.
Did you bring this to his attention?
Last time Ernie was at our house, I had showed it to him, and it wasn't
Who's
even, when his worker who comes.
You were contacting him with regard to rent, but I don't see any text that you have notifying him that there's this condition that you need repaired.
Ernie said, come the nice weather, it would be cleaned up, and that's double of what it was since then. I mean, right now, there's closet doors thrown out there that was added to that mess that I just saw yesterday.
Judge Chihuahua?
Okay. What months were they behind?
It's all in the text. There's the first one that I sent is in Exhibit C, page 1. I just received $500. How much more will you be sending?
Okay,
Miss
so they hadn't paid for November rent.
They owed more than the November rent. At that point, she says, I'm going to send another $240, and then I will be down to a balance of $1,200. They were behind before that.
In October.
October, many months prior to that as well. They would catch up and fall behind, catch up and fall behind. We have a very good relationship. Like, they're nice people. I think they would say the same thing about me. I don't think they would say that I'm a slumlord or anything like that. I understand everybody goes through hard times. So if they fell behind, as long as they give me an answer, their plan of how they're going to make the payments up, I worked with them.
So this went back and forth
Yes.
for the months of November, December, into January. At what point were you trying to evict them?
I have not tried to evict them because oftentimes when you try to evict somebody, they will just not pay their rent whatsoever. And they had expressed to me that they would be catching up with a tax return check. And I was like, okay, that makes sense.
And that never happened.
That never happened.
Okay.